Fire and Icy. Huge news reveals for Game of Thrones sequel. Good day, Westeros throne fans. Imagine this. Dragons circling the skies, icy winds biting at your face, and whispers of a war so catastrophic it could make even the Mad King blush. Yes, the Game of Thrones sequel is upon us, and the news dropping recently is sending shockwaves across the Seven Kingdoms. Whether you are a diehard Targaryen fanatic, a Stark loyalist, or just someone who likes watching chaos unfold while sipping wine, you are about to get a deep dive into some of the most explosive revelations about the upcoming saga. Before we plunge into the fire and ice of this story, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell icon. If you want to be the first to catch every twist, secret, and jaw-dropping reveal from Westeros' throne, this is your golden ticket. Missing out is like being the last Lannister at a feast. Nobody wants that. Let us begin with the dragons, because really, what is a Game of Thrones sequel without a few winged fire-breathers turning the skies into a war zone? Recent insider reports confirm that not one, not two, but a new generation of dragons will be making their debut. And we are not talking about cuddly, fire-breathing pets. These dragons are bigger, fiercer, and equipped with an aura of menace that will make Daenerys dragons look like oversized house cats. The visual effects team reportedly spent months studying eagle flight patterns and predatory behaviors to make the dragons not just terrifying, but terrifyingly believable. Think of them as a cross between a nuclear missile and a medieval fighter jet, with scales. Now, onto the icy side of the spectrum. Yes, the sequel will explore the frozen lands beyond the Wall in ways the original series could only hint at. Rumor has it that the White Walkers, or at least their legacy, are back, and this time they are smarter, faster, and not just a dramatic backdrop for Jon Snow's brooding. Recent footage from set insiders shows massive ice fortresses, towering beyond anything we have ever seen, and armies of spectral warriors marching in perfect formation. It is not just a winter threat, it is a tactical nightmare, reminding us that in Westeros, ice is not just cold, it is calculated. Speaking of Jon Snow, word on the street is that the sequel is giving the fan favorite a more morally complex arc. No more brooding hero with a sword. This Jon is battle-worn, politically savvy, and potentially haunted by decisions he thought were made in good faith. His alliances, especially with the new House Targaryen generation, are reportedly fraught with tension. Imagine negotiating with dragons while simultaneously trying not to get frostbite from the White Walkers' chilling influence. It is basically a chess game with fire, ice, and the occasional screaming dragon. Now, fans of political intrigue, hold on to your goblets. The sequel will reportedly dive deeper into Westeros' scheming nobility. Houses that once seemed irrelevant may rise to power, and alliances that seemed unbreakable could crumble faster than a Dornish sandcastle. The small council, it seems, will have its hands full with betrayals, secret deals, and the kind of machinations that make Littlefinger look like a kindergarten prankster. Think less Game of Thrones, more Game of Thrones 2.0, but with higher stakes and sharper knives. And yes, knives will be sharper. Just ask anyone who has survived a Lannister family dinner. Of course, no Game of Thrones story is complete without romance, or at least the chaotic, heart-wrenching kind that makes you simultaneously swoon and scream. Insider sources suggest the sequel will explore forbidden love stories, rivalries that are dangerously personal, and betrayals that cut deeper than Valyrian steel. Characters will face dilemmas that force them to choose between power, loyalty, and desire, sometimes all at once. Imagine walking a tightrope while juggling swords, dragons, and the burning question of whether your lover will stab you in the back. That is Westeros for you. Now let us talk about some of the biggest surprises, the return of forgotten characters and the emergence of new faces. The sequel will reportedly reintroduce characters thought lost to history, with storylines intertwined in ways fans could never have predicted. Some of these returning figures are expected to bring shocking twists, moral ambiguity, and yes, epic duels. And then there are the newcomers, characters designed to challenge the existing power structures and shake up the very foundations of Westeros. It is like a political chessboard and a dragon fight all rolled into one, with a dash of wildfire for good measure. The Targaryens, of course, will play a pivotal role. Sources suggest a new generation of this iconic house is stepping into the limelight, grappling with their legacy, their dragons, and a world that is less forgiving than ever. The internal politics of House Targaryen, their power struggles, and their attempts to consolidate control will be central to the narrative. Think of it as the ultimate family drama, but with dragons, war, and political assassinations instead of awkward dinner conversations. Fans are also buzzing about the reported expansion to previously unseen territories. Lands beyond Essos, mysterious islands, and uncharted northern wildernesses are set to feature prominently. These new locations are expected to expand the lore significantly, introducing exotic cultures, unique fighting styles, and creatures that make direwolves and dragons look like mere pets. According to insiders, the world-building is so meticulous that historians and fantasy enthusiasts alike will have a field day dissecting every detail. Meanwhile, the showrunners are reportedly leaning into the idea that magic is making a significant return. We saw hints of mystical forces in the original series, but the sequel appears to be taking it to another level. Ancient spells, forgotten rituals, and the mysterious powers of the Children of the Forest are set to play key roles in shaping the conflict. This is not your average fantasy backdrop. Magic will be a character in its own right, unpredictable, powerful, and occasionally terrifying. From a cinematic perspective, the sequel promises to push boundaries. Set pieces are reportedly more ambitious, with large-scale battles, intricate choreography, and visual effects designed to immerse viewers in a world where fire and ice collide spectacularly. Picture armies clashing. Finally, let us talk stakes. The sequel is not just about battles, intrigue, and dragons. It is about survival, morality, and the harsh consequences of choices. Characters will be forced to navigate situations where there are no clear right answers, where the cost of victory might be personal, political, or both. Fans can expect moments that are shocking, heartbreaking, and exhilarating, with a pace that keeps the adrenaline pumping from start to finish. In short, this is Game of Thrones as you have never experienced it, yet utterly familiar in its ruthless, unpredictable spirit. So, whether you are here for the dragons, the political maneuvering, the magic, or the human drama, the Game of Thrones sequel promises to deliver on all fronts. Fire will clash with ice, loyalties will be tested, and secrets from the past will emerge to shape the future. The Seven Kingdoms are preparing for a storm unlike any before, and fans are on the edge of their seats, anticipating the chaos, the heroics, and the inevitable heartbreak that makes this world so irresistibly compelling. Thank you for watching.